think.
The dance of Sub-Zeros is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
Okay.
Okay then. See you later.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is ticking away. Awesome! What is it? Paimon wants to know. Oh, wait, no. You're back. I've been waiting for... Are you ready to take your Sub-Zero's exam and graduate from the fest... Okay.
We've already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival many... That doesn't... People in Sumer... I can't seem to go... All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. Those spaces remind me of... dreams. Like the one I had in the Avidia Forest. That doesn't... We are all in a dream. It isn't that the people of Sumeru don't dream.
People in Sumeru think they don't dream. But the truth is, the Akatsuki and those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they sounded... So people in Sumeru do dream after all. Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha... It compiles the... And it grants knowledge to... It is the manifestation... The Akasha relies on the power...
That doesn't...
And it grants knowledge... And it grants knowledge... Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the dead. But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when In other words, Dreams are rich bundles. So in other words, the complete opposite. Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are. The real story is that the sages from the academia are using the Akasha to steal people's dreams for their own use, huh? Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the samsara?
Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes. Those dreamscapes kept vanishing. But as soon as that beep sounded, Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content. That doesn't... My mind... We've already...
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant Their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sub-Zero's festival along with no one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream. And so, people wake up to yet another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival. The dreams that belong to them are once again hard. So, this is like a dream factory, and the Akasha is a... Very good, Paimon. Using analogies... Okay, so that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha term. Alright, last question.
They say that alchemical divination is the Dendro Arc...
So you noticed. I thought that one would be the hardest question. That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything about you is different. Now that you mention it, Nahida, it's funny. Thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Yes, those can wait, and on the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions. I know, right? Why did they have to base... Even you don't know the reason? Wow. The Academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short time, no matter the cost. They have to be a traveler. Do you have any information?
Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of...
Celebrate the birth of that... Could it mean... You asked me this question before. My answer was, now that you know this is all a dream, have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Likewise, if someone suddenly had... Your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion. That's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions. Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality. People have already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival, so it would be very difficult for them to find anything that strikes them as surreal. Secondly, you're probably wondering why. That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway. And so whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sub-Zero's festival... That reminds Paimon! Traveler had a dream when we were in the Avidia Forest, but... Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendro can a person gain the Dendro element's dream. Meanwhile, everyone else has no idea that they are in the Sub-Zero's festival. Can humans really keep dreaming forever like... We might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question. Especially those whose health is compromised to begin with. Like Dunyarzad. People's lives are at stake here, and nobody knows a thing! We've... deceiving the people of Sumeru with no regard for their safety. No matter what they're trying... After we end the Sub-Zero's festival, Samsara... How can the sages of the Academia do... In the end, I'm just the moon. A sun and a moon? Oh, we're out of time today! I'll tell you how to break free of the Samsara tomorrow. Good morning, Nahida. Wait. Now that Hey! What's wrong, Nahida? You don't look... I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct. Did Dunyarzad already The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting. Paimon can't believe it. Wait, she's actually something like a puppet, but not completely. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream, so another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that But personality-wise, she's nothing like... Puppets are stiff, and can't copy a living person's vitality. You know, speaking of which, the old Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it was you who inspired her. Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality or thoughts. It was as if I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon... Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the... I'm not beating myself up. Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archon... To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the Samsara as soon... Great, but... Although the Sub-Zero's festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. Even the Akasha is unable. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it. Huh? So, well, if this is someone's dream, then which means, with the power of imagination... Imagination? What do you mean by... Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal. Like when the server at the tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that. However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, the dream will respond in kind. And the server really will bring you gold and more. But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served, find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, once that happens... How are we going to find them, though? If it could be... And even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize... After all, like you said, don't wake asleep. It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. As for me... during the... Out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the travel... Yes. I want to try some... Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical. Oh, she was such a good person, with such a simple wish. Yeah, but we must... Paimon's wondering, do you think this... Huh, that's true. Plus, the sage is probably... So, who do you think the host of the dream is? Oh, that would make sense. Ferris, then let's go ask him some questions.